What percent of your negotiations would you say are live versus conference call versus email? Because we've done all of those in the class. And so kind of curious as to how it works in your practice. Do you very often sit down live and negotiate with another attorney?
Not as much as we should, as much as I'd like. I think with logistics and technology and such, that doesn't happen as much as you think it would. I think when things get really sticky, you need to try to make it happen. I would say the bulk of it is conference calls, and there's a fair amount by email and documents. It's just tedious and not as efficient as I like, but that's still probably, I would say, email document negotiation or conference call negotiation are probably equal, and then a small percentage is live, and live can be great, because what happens is, and you may have talked about it in different settings, you kind of have sequential negotiation or basket negotiation. And when you negotiate by documents, it's very easy to just, okay, let's march through the document. We've got 40 issues. Let's start on page 1 and do a page turn. I've done this with 25 people on the phone, and the lawyers are turning pages. Okay, how about 1.2b? What do you think about that? And you're going through, and it's not only inefficient, I don't think you're getting your client the best deal, because at the end of the day, you might trade something off, yet you're kind of trading it off in a vacuum. You don't know what the issues are. So on a conference call, what I like to do is right at the beginning of the call, set the agenda, say this is what we're going to do, try to set the key issues. If it's going to be a page turn, get the business people off the call and just have the lawyers do that, and then we'll come up with a basket of issues that are important for the business people. I even did that once in a live meeting where we were going back. We had the same problem. We were negotiating by documents. So we went back. This was a big LA company. We were selling to a European company. So we met in New York at the attorney's office and sat there, and literally on the whiteboard I had a list of issues that were sort of the big business issues, sort of the legal issues, and then other. And so at the end of the day, we had 7 business issues. We thought we were miles apart. We had 7 business issues. They went off into a room, came back, solved 5 of them real time, solved 2 of them within a day, and we got the deal done. And it's because we got them into a basket, and we were able to kind of say, okay, this is what's valuable, this is what we can live with, what you can live with. And it's just overwhelming if you look at a document and you look at a lawyer's red line of a document, and it just can sometimes just be astounding how much stuff is going on, yet how much of that is really a business issue that you need to focus on and spend your time on.
And presumably behind what you're saying is the lawyers really generally don't focus on the business issues. Those are for the bankers or the company themselves, and so let's separate those out from the legal negotiation.
Yeah. Unless you're empowered, there's circumstances where you're empowered to do that, and you do those negotiations for the client. But what you want to do is separate them out, and you want to get into a finite list of what the real issues are going to be. And there's nothing more painful, and unfortunately, a recent deal I did for you guys where we had 30 people on the call, and the lawyer wanted to do a page turn. We had 2 different banks. We had.
I don't think I was on that call.
No, you weren't. One of your colleagues was, and it was painful. And we finally I was able to, once I got over the other 20 voices and able to be heard, I was able to do a separate lawyer's call on some of the issues. But you need to be efficient about it. That's for sure.